your girl HeyParis here. How you doing? That is not my catchphrase. I'm not Wendy Williams. Hi. Today is everyone's favorite day. It is story time. And I don't want to do the story time. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I did not want to do the story time because I don't want to look like a sucker. Okay, I want to look like that girl who's like, you know, like I have to tell the story for you guys to understand. But I just didn't want to look like a sucker. But you know what? Y'all want story times. Y'all want my life. Y'all want the tea. And you want it piping hot. I'ma serve it to you, okay? From now on, I'ma serve it to you. No limits. Make it say, no limits. So today's story time is about an ex that I talked about on my channel before. We're not gonna go back to who this ex is. I'm not gonna say the name that I gave him in that story time because I've mentioned it before. People in my real life will put two and two together and they too nosy. I do these videos for my subscribers, okay? Them hating ass bitches who low-key watching and stay disliking my videos every time I post it on Twitter. I ain't giving y'all a clue. Y'all ain't gonna get a clue. So let's just start today a video, okay? So we're gonna name this guy, we gonna name him Squidward because his nose kinda hooked. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna get into how we met or none of that because I said it in the other video, but all I'm gonna say is that me and Squidward were having a little falling out for a couple of days because I was on Instagram, and this is back when Instagram was not popping. This was back when everyone had like 12 followers and like it wasn't popping, like Facebook and all them other stuff, MySpace and stuff like that was still popping, and Instagram just popped up out of nowhere, and everyone was using that filter that looked like it was a Polaroid picture, like way back in the day when Instagram just came out. It was back in those days, okay? So he was liking his ex's pictures on Instagram, and in my head I was like, if you're out here liking your ex's pictures, you like your ex, and there ain't no reason for you to be in me, okay? So we got in a little argument or whatever, and it wasn't that big of a deal. Like in my head I was like, why are you liking your ex's pictures? But at the same time I was like, honestly I don't even care because I ain't even feeling you that much. Like yes, we're dating or whatever, but deep down in my heart I don't love you. Like I just knew he was not the one. I just had a feeling in my gut. I'm like, this is a waste of time. He's not the one. But he hasn't really done anything for me to be like, you know what, like we can't do this. So I was like, this is the perfect time for us to kind of break up, and here's a reason. So I was planning to break up and everything. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna tell him to come over real quick. I'm gonna be like, listen nigga, you and me, we'll go together. But then about 3 or 4 days after I was ignoring him because he was texting me back to back, calling me back to back, I was just ignoring him, which I knew he hates. Did I just say hate? I meant hates. So on like the 4th day, I get a knock on my door. So back then, nobody, this is weird to even put in the video, but no one ever knocked on my door, like ever. Like mailman, nope. Like no one. There's no one who ever knocked on my door. If my friends were coming over, they would call me. So I'm like, who the hell's knocking on my door? Over the door, it wasn't him. It was a white man with a white hat on and a shirt that said some company on it, and he had a bouquet of flowers. And listen, I wasn't really young back then, but I was still young, and I was like, listen, flowers get me, like, if I'm mad, you get me one single rose, like, you might just get it, like, I just love flowers. So he got me a bouquet of like 12 flowers, my favorite white roses. So I was like, white roses in my garden. It's black roses. Only my Jamaican viewers will understand that pun. But anyways, I was shocked because he's not that type of nigga to be like, you know, sending stuff at all or even spending his money. So I was like, damn, he must really want to like work things out or whatever. So I'm like, you know what, let me hit him up real quick, let me tell him thank you. No, I might push this a couple weeks more, but I'm gonna find another reason to break up with him. Call me a bitch if you like to, but I don't like to waste my time. If I don't see husband material in you, I ain't got time to be pretending and playing house with your ass. I don't have time for it. I'm so sorry, but life is short. I ain't gonna waste my life on a fuck nigga. I'm so sorry about it. So I'm like, let me entertain this for a few days more, a little bit more, you know, since he sent me the flowers or whatever. In my head I was like, as soon as these flowers die, you know, then I'ma cut it. So I called him up and he's like, I really want to take you out. Like, let's go to Red Lobster. I ain't gonna say no to that. I mean, you still ain't the one, but we can definitely go out and eat, okay? So, you know, I go downstairs or whatever, hop up in his car, and he's just expressing to me how he's sorry and da da da. I ain't really listening to none of that or whatever. But we pull up to Red Lobster now. We go inside and we get greeted by my friend. Okay, this is the same friend who saved me from the story time about the school dance. So I see her. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, like, what's up? Like, it's been a while. Because I haven't seen her in a while. So I was, you know, just catching up with her. Hey girl, what's good? Oh my gosh, you look so cute, whatever, whatever. I'm thinking she's gonna be our waitress or whatever. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna sit where you want to sit, Paris. Anywhere you want to sit. You want to sit on the bar? You want to sit on top of the bar? We can make a rooftop patio for you, girl. Like, I got you, do not worry. So she's like, we gonna set you up real nice or whatever. She brings me to our seat and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's gonna be great. She's gonna be my waitress. I'm gonna be like, girl, you better slip me in some extra shrimp because I'm bitch hungry. But then, this caramel bombshell future Instagram baddie, I'm talking about, she pretty as hell. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. She was pretty as hell, looking like a real snack. She was looking like a full-size Reese's Pieces buttercup. Like, she was cute. She was mad cute, I ain't gonna lie. But guess who was cuter? I'm just saying. So, she comes up to our table. All right, guys, just imagine this in your head, okay? We sitting at the table, ready to, you know, they come up to your table and they ask you, do you want a drink? Like, what drink do you want? And then they come back and ask for your food. Your food, what's a feud? I don't know, but they come back and ask for your food. So she comes up to the table. Again, Instagram baddie to be. Body was banging. I ain't gonna lie about nothing. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, her body was banging. And she was wearing the Red Lobster uniform and you could still tell that she was badang. So, you know, I ain't insecure or nothing like that, so I wasn't really thinking nothing about it. I ain't never been the type of bitch to be jealous or insecure or feel some type of way when a beautiful woman comes by. Even up to today, I see a pretty girl with a nice body, I say, Cameron, look at her, she is popping. I can appreciate a beautiful woman. I can appreciate a beautiful body. If you popping, I ain't gonna take that away from you. You popping, girl, and I'm gonna let you know. So, imagine you're sitting down with your man. So I'm sitting down with my man, my man at the time, my ex-boyfriend. And she comes up to the table, okay? I'm sitting this way. My man's sitting this way. The waitress comes from this way and addresses only him. I'm talking about her back, her ass is towards me. So I'm like, okay, all right. You know, so I'm like, okay, no big deal. Let me just pick up my phone and pretend like I'm doing something because I'm really not trying to catch a case up in Red Lobster, okay? So she goes, what would you guys like to start off to drink? So Squidward was like, I'll take a water, baby, what do you want? To me. So I said, I want a water too. Even when he said, baby, what do you want? Her back was still turned towards me, only addressing him. I said, all right, girl. All right. So she's like, okay, I'll get your water right now or whatever, okay? So she starts walking off and then she stops and she turns back around. She's like, this is gonna bother me because you remind me of someone. And she's standing there like this and Squidward's sitting there like, and after a few seconds, she finally goes, Trey Songz, you remind me so much of Trey Songz. This nigga don't even look like Trey instrumental. He don't even look like Trey beats. This nigga does not even look like Trey chorus. Like, bitch, you tried it. You really tried it. You gassing this nigga for no reason. At this point, I'm not even angry. I'm like, bitch, really? Like, I'm here to eat. I'm hungry. Could you please get the water and then come back and ask us what we want to eat? Because I already know what I want to eat. I want a big ass lobster. So Squidward's like, haha, thanks. Boy, bye. You know damn well you don't look like no damn Trey Songz. So she's still talking to him, talking about his hair and stuff like that. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, listen, like, I'm not even the type of person to be rude or start confrontation or nothing like that. But I tapped her on the back since her back is facing towards me. And I said, are you gonna take our order anytime soon because I'm hungry? I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. Like, what's the holdup? She goes like this. Oh, yeah, give me a second, 1 second. What's your background? Listen, bitch! You better go and get my food before I get hangry. Because when I'm hungry and mad, I'm not a nice person. I'm not nice.
You're not nice, you're rude.
So, food first, flirt later because low-key, I don't even want this nigga. I'm trying to eat. So she finally goes and gets the water. You heard what I said, right? The water. She brought one water for him. What are you doing? Where's my water? So she puts the water down and she says, enjoy. First of all, it's water. What are you really enjoying? The taste of nothingness? I don't understand. But she starts walking away. I said, excuse me, even though Squidward should have been a man and said, excuse me for me. Squidward's there, sip, sip, sip on his water. Like his girl is over here dying of thirst. Even though I'm not the thirsty one. That bitch is the thirsty one. But I said, excuse me, where's my water? She goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry, hon. Let me go grab it for you. Like,
I know you see me standing here.
she being real petty on purpose. At this point, my blood is boiling, not even because she's flirting with my man, because one, I'm hungry, and two, you really trying me now. You're really being a bitch on purpose. So she comes back with the water now, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a complete like germaphobe. Like when I go to restaurants, I bring a plastic fork or I bring a fork from my house. Call me crazy, that's just who I am, that's what I do. Or I drink out of a straw. I just don't trust restaurants at all. So she gave me the water and I'm inspecting the cup and I see a little white thing on the rim, like, bleh. Sorry, I can't deal with it, I can't do it, I can't. So I see the little white thing on the cup. And I call her over, I'm like, can I get another glass of water because this glass is obviously dirty. I feel like she took it up out of someone else's dirty tray, someone who just left, and just filled it up with water and was like, here bitch. So I'm like, can I please have another water? She's like, what's wrong with that? I'm like, it's dirty. So she goes like this and she's looking around and she's like, okay. And walks off. I'm like, listen, don't let me take out my imaginary earrings, eh? Don't let me, do not. So she brings over another clean glass of water. I'm inspecting it, I'm like, hey, it's clean, but guess what? I'm not drinking it because you probably put your finger in your booty and put your finger in the water because you want my man. So I'm not gonna drink it. Fuck it. I'll just eat my food. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna drink it. I'm just whatever. It's okay. I could go without water. It's fine. Okay. So we finally order our food and we're eating or whatever. She comes in just like how normal waitress, what the hell? Just like how normal waitresses come by like after 2 seconds of giving you your food, like, is everything okay? Is everything tasting good? She comes over, is everything tasting good? I'm like to my boyfriend, don't talk no more. You ain't saying nothing no more. Let me speak. I said, everything is fine. Thank you very much. She's like, great. Turns around. There's a table beside us with nobody in it. Bends down so seductively, like, you know, bend and snap. I forgot what movie that's from, but that's basically what she was doing. She's bending over with a whole big old round nice booty out, scrubbing the table clean as hell. Someone just cleaned it, but you cleaned it again with your ass in my boyfriend's face, whatever. So again, I didn't care because I don't want the nigga. And I could see him like struggling not to look. He's like eating his food like, so I'm talking to him and I'm like, is it just me or is this waitress like straight up flirting with you in front of my face? He's like, yeah, I'm noticing it too. Do you want me to ask for another waitress? So I'm like, no, we're not gonna ask for another waitress. I wanna see how far she's gonna take it. I wanna see how far she's going to take this whole thing because obviously she think I'm playing with her ass. She think I'm playing. But guess what? You try to play me, you're playing yourself. So we finish our food or whatever, and if you know me, I don't like sugar. I don't like gummy bears, I don't like cake, I don't like ice cream, I don't like anything with sugar. I like salty, I like seaweed, I like chips, I hate chocolate, like anything sweet, don't give it to me, I don't want it, okay? So he was like, I want dessert. I'm like, okay. Order your dessert, I'll wait for you, no whatever. I'll probably drink a smoothie or something like that. Smoothies are okay, but anything else with like a lot of sugar, not for me. So he's looking through the dessert menu and he decides he wants a strawberry cheesecake or something like that. So he calls her over, she comes over and he's like, yeah, I want a strawberry cheesecake. You know what this bitch said? This bitch said, just like this, I ain't gonna exaggerate or nothing. This is what the bitch did. Oh, you like cake? I will cut you. I will. I promise I will. Don't play with me, honey. I will definitely go in the kitchen in which you work at, grab a knife, and I will cut you. I will slightly cut you, drain all the blood out of your body, and then insert that same blood back in your body so that you stay alive and I don't go to jail. But I do get arrested for battery or something like that, okay? So, honey, don't try me. Don't, like, I'm giving you some advice right now. Do not try me, okay? Right? Okay, cool. So, Squidward was like, yeah. I could tell he feels mad awkward. I could tell him he's looking at me, he's looking at her. He's like my girl's right there, like, you cute or whatever, but you can't be doing this in front of my girl. We trying to make up. And I already know when we get in the car, this gonna be a problem, and he's right. But anyways, after he says yeah, she skips away like a little kid. I don't know why, but literally, like, I don't know if she was being spiteful or I don't know, but she skipped away like a little bunny rabbit. So I'm just talking to him. I'm like, yo, she's like, I don't know what's good with her. Maybe she hasn't had a man in a while. I don't know what the issue is, but girl, you looking a little bit dehydrated. So she approaches our table again with cheesecake in hand, back facing towards me, just like the entire rest of our trip at Red Lobster. And she goes, enjoy. I won't put it on the bill. Okay. At this point, I'm like, yeah, she want my man. You want my man, you can have him in a week or two. And I didn't expect him to like address her and be like, listen, I'm with my girl. You need to respect our relationship, because he's getting attention. This is probably the most attention he's ever got since he exited the womb, because I wasn't showing him no attention. I was ignoring him for almost a week. So just like how women love attention, so do men. I'm like, you know what? Get your limelight, boo, because she pretty. Look at her, she fine as hell. Soak it up, soak it all up. You might as well remember her name. Look at her name tag, because in a few weeks, I'm gone. I need to use the washroom, 1 second. I realize whenever I say washroom on my videos, everyone like who's not Canadian is like, the hell's a washroom? We say washroom, we say bathroom, we say restroom, but I just use washroom. I don't know if it's a Jamaican thing or a Canadian thing or a Caribbean thing, but I say washroom, okay? Get over it. So the bill comes now, okay? The bill is here. Cheesecake is not on the bill like she promised, okay? She's clearing up all of our dishes, and then a tiny piece of paper that literally looked like this drops from her hand and lands in Squidward's lap, okay? Tiny piece of paper. It literally looks like a gum wrapper or like a piece of tissue from the food or something, but it fell out of her hand. Like, she had the dirty plates and she did one of these. So it fell in his lap. He took it out of his lap and put it in the dirty dishes. And she took it up and she's like, oh, thank you. But she gave him this look like, so I was like, the hell? That's weird as hell. She goes into the kitchen. He's like, how much should I tip her? I said, tip her what? She need to tip her ass over a mountain, okay? You ain't giving her no tip. Zero. Nothing. Thanks. He was like, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure. Yeah. Just making sure. Just making sure. Nigga, you already know you shouldn't be giving her no damn tip. You ain't stupid. So, in my head, I'm still thinking this little tiny piece of paper is garbage because the whole trash. So I'm thinking it just fell from her ass, okay? Because she trash, she garbage herself. So I just thought it fell from the dirty house. She comes back to collect the bill. She dropped the same time. I don't know if it's the same one or a different one because he did throw it in the sauce. So I don't know, but anyways, she throws another tiny piece of paper in his lap again, and he takes it up again and hands it to her. And she's like, oh no, I think that's yours, you might need it. What bitch? And her back's facing me again, so I don't know what her face is saying to his face, what facial expression she's making to him. But he looks at her, looks at me, and says, babe, let's go. So you know when you get greeted at Red Lobster? As we're leaving, she like goes ahead of us, like walks ahead of us and stays at the little podium where you greet the guests. And we walk out or whatever. I'm just talking to him, I'm like, yo, what's really good with this girl? What is that paper about? He's like, I don't know, but I don't want it. He drops it on the floor and we walk to the car. Listen, y'all, this bitch, yes, bitch, I don't call nobody, yeah, I call a lot of people bitches, but this bitch in particular ran outside. I don't even know how she saw that he dropped that tiny ass piece of, I have no clue how the hell she saw that, because the piece of paper was smaller than my pinky nail, okay? She runs outside, picks up the piece of paper and says, excuse me, you dropped it again. This time I'm like, I'm gonna take initiative. I'm gonna be the one. Listen, I said, Squidward, get your ass in the car. I turned it to his mama real quick. I said, Squidward, get your ass in the car. Go sit down, okay? I'm gonna talk to this hoe. So I go up to her and I'm like, here, I'll give it to him for you. What is it? She goes, oh, it's not for you. I said, bitch, it's my man's. You said that he dropped it and it belongs to him. So what belongs to him belongs to me. Let me see it. She says, never mind. I think it's just garbage. Listen. Listen. To the sound from deep within. Because, bitch, I'ma cut your ass so deep. I'm gonna see within you. Honest to God. Because you really trying me now. I don't know what was on the paper. I don't know what was in it, what was written on it. I don't know what it was, okay? But the fact that she didn't give it to me just reassured the fact that I think that it was something that was inappropriate. Probably her number. Maybe I think you're cute. I don't know what it was, but I didn't get to see the note. So at this point, I'm pissed off. I turned from Paris to the bitch you wish you never tried. Because I hopped back into Red Lobster. At this point, Squidward's coming back out the car. Nigga, I said to stay in the car, stay in the damn car. But Squidward comes out the car and he comes with me. He's like, what's going on? Like, what's really good? I'm like, the paper you dropped, she doesn't want to give it to me. So guess what? I'm going to her manager and I'm going to explain to her manager exactly everything that happened this evening. So she looks at me and she's like, my manager, really? Yes, really, bitch. The fuck? So I'm like, let me speak to your manager. Come on, let me speak to your manager. Let me talk to her or him. Let me speak to them right now. So older lady comes out now and I'm just explaining to her everything that happened. I'm like, she wasn't addressing me. She's flirting with my man. I'm not over exaggerating. I'm not insecure. I'm not jealous. My man can tell you everything that happened as well. She's very inappropriate. She's trying to give him something that's on a little piece of paper. I don't know what it is, but when I asked her for it, she doesn't want to give it to me. And she should be fired. I don't think it's petty at all. I don't think it's petty at all. Not at all, because you know exactly what you're doing. You work in a customer service industry, but yet you only want to give good customer service to men. You in the wrong industry, bitch. You could be making a lot more money on your back, okay? Just saying, because if you are only interested in making men happy, why are you working at Red Lobster? You should be working in a hotel room on your back, making some more dollars. It's none of my business though, you know? It ain't none of my business. So the manager was like, I'm really sorry that you had this experience. You know, she's brand new here. Bitch, do better. Do better, bitch. You just got a job and you're about to get fired? The manager just apologizing to me. She's like, if I was in your shoes, I'd feel the same exact way. And then she goes to the waitress and she's like, let me see the paper that she's talking about. This bitch said, I don't have no paper. I didn't write nothing on nothing. She's lying. I don't know what she's talking about. It was garbage. He dropped it. And I thought it was something that he would need, but I threw it in the garbage. I don't have it. It was in her pocket. It was in her pocket. But obviously the manager's not gonna go in her pocket to take out a little tiny piece of paper. So the manager goes, okay, whatever the waitress's name is, let's call her Bernice. I don't know. Okay, Bernice, go get their receipts for their meal and bring it to me. So the girl goes, walks off with a big, voluptuous, beautiful booty, because the ass was popping, I ain't gonna lie. And I was watching. So, and I don't know where she went, but she went and got a receipt. Maybe she reprinted it or something. I don't know, but she went and got the receipt, came back, gave it to her. The manager went on some computer and refunded our money back on his card. Should have got myself a lot more food. That's all I was saying. Manager apologized to us and said that she's gonna speak to the waitress because that's very unacceptable. And the waitress is just like, none of that happened. She's just exaggerating. I was just addressing him because obviously he's the one who's paying. And once she said that, the manager basically put her in her place. It doesn't matter who's paying. They're customers. You need to address them both with respect. I'm very disappointed in you, like, just going in on her. And this girl had the audacity to be arguing back with her manager. Like, okay, but I make my own decisions. Okay, you might be my manager, but you're not my mom. You have no reason to be raising your voice. Like, attitude and all of this, like, all of that. So the manager looks at her and goes, you know what, Bernice? You can take your uniform off. You're done for the day. In my head, I was like, yes, bitch. You done for the day. You done for tomorrow. You done forever. Go find another job. You gonna have to go to job fairs. You can't put Red Lobster on your resume no more. In the words of ugly ass Donald Trump, you're fired. Bye. Me and Squidward, you know, he dropped me home. He apologized. He's like, is there anything I could have done to make you feel more comfortable? I'm sorry that it had to go this way. Like, I did this dinner for you to make up with you, and the fact that this is what happened is like really sucks, and I'm really sorry, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's not your fault. And at that point, I was like, why lie to this guy? Like, he's not a horrible person. I just don't see a future with him. I just don't. So when he dropped me off to my building now, I just looked him in his eye and I broke up with him, basically. I was like, honestly, thank you for today. I appreciate it a lot, but I honestly just don't see a future with you, and I feel like we're both wasting our time. I would love to still be friends, even though that shit never works out. But you're just not the one. You're not the one. Again, thank you for the flowers. Thank you for dinner. You've been a really awesome boyfriend. But we have to be honest with ourselves. Like, I don't want no children with you. I didn't say that, but in my head, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get married to you, like, you know? But you're gonna make some girl somewhere mad happy, I promise, because he's not a bad guy. And I don't know if he's with someone new today or whatever, but I'm pretty sure he happy, and if he happy, I'm happy for him, because he don't deserve bullshit. But anyways, broke up with him. He still tried to contact me or whatever, and I would answer his text until things, you know, you answer their text every now and then and things just slowly just start finally going away. That's basically what happened between us. I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to the Red Lobster real quick to try to find that girl, because she was beautiful, okay? Beautiful. Too bad her attitude stinks, okay? Because a bad attitude and bad intentions can make a beautiful woman look like a dirty ass. Like a whole booty hole with a little bit of shit around it. It could turn you into that. I'm just saying. So yeah, that's basically the story. Life goes on. I know a couple bitches who would have fought her, but me is a girl, me not fight over man. From a little bit of just some ton. Sorry. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. All that jazz is in the description box down below. If you didn't know, I'm giving away an iPad mini. All you have to do is be following me on Instagram and be subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna post a specific post on Instagram on the last day of February, and if I like your comments on that photo, you are the winner. It's just that easy. Make sure you follow my beauty channel. I'll be uploading a new video on there tomorrow. I'm also doing another story time tomorrow. It's a back-to-back story time week, okay? And me and Cameron are gonna start filming for our collab channel, so make sure you subscribe to that channel as well. My lips look weird. Anyways, love you guys so much. Don't gotta tell you twice, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye!